Zippity doo dah, beautiful day, great to be alive. Hey everybody, what's up? This is Chris Brown here again. As you can see here again, I'm still hanging out here at the Yacht Beach Club Resort here in Walt Disney World. Now what we've been doing throughout this video series, we've been talking about sharing with you the results of $1.5 billion in research of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common. Now in our last video, what we did is we shared with you how here in America, we shared with you documented proof how here in America that you have a 1 in 29 chance of becoming a millionaire. It's higher than anywhere else in the world. Now obviously we know that not everybody's goal is to become a millionaire. However, what's happening is most people's goal is to make a living. And how many people are successful at just making a living? Well, there's not that many people who are successful at it, right? And what happens is when we just try to achieve the goal, a lot of times we fall short of the goal. So that's why people are trying to make a living, but they're falling short of it, and they're not being successful at it. Okay, so if we did what millionaires did, wouldn't it seem logical that our chance to get ahead financially would be best if we did what millionaires did? So we're overshooting our goal. We're not going for the minimum of our goal. Now in today's video, again, we're going to share with you some of the results of that $1.5 billion in research. Now there's a very famous company, very well known with the small business community, and the name of that company is Dun & Bradstreet, okay? And they did some research, and they found out that the businesses that focus on self-development and self-improvement, 90% of them succeed. Now what most businesses do is they just do the work of building their business, just working. And there's that expression, you know, where it talks about, you know, somebody cutting an axe down, and, you know, spend 2 hours. Let's say you have 2 hours or 3 hours to cut down the tree, and he spends 2 hours sharpening up the axe and an hour actually cutting down the tree. And this is what we need to do with in our business. We need to sharpen our axes up. Now again, what Dun & Bradstreet says is the businesses that focus on personal development, self-development, 90% of them succeed. Now SCORE says that 70% of business failure could have been avoided by seeking expert advice, like what you're doing right here. Now the reason that businesses fail, as you're going to see as we continue throughout these videos, is the reason that businesses fail is not always because of financial problems. It's also because of being burned out, because of just being overwhelmed with all the responsibilities attached to running your business. Now, I believe it's going to be in our next video, I'm going to share with you how the average small business owner here in America is working an additional 6 hours per day more than they need to. So let's get back to what we're talking about here though. So SCORE says that 70% of business failure could have been avoided by seeking expert advice, just like what you're doing here. Now there's also some other research that shows that the average CEO reads 60 business books per year. The average millionaire, on the other hand, is spending 60 minutes each and every day on business and financial material. Now we compare that to the average person. Average is not average anymore. Now the average person, what they're doing is they're only reading 1 book a year, and they're spending 6 hours every day watching TV. They're spending about 5 hours online, and they're spending 2 hours texting. So look at how much time that we're wasting. So a TV show, you know, a half hour long. 2 hour, you know, watch a half hour show, 2 hours, another half hour show, that's a total hour. Get rid of 2 shows per day. If we could do that and spend that time instead educating ourselves on business and financial material. Now, even though that business owners are very busy, they got very hectic days, they got a lot of things going on, the facts still show that the average business owner is still going to come home and watch about 2 hours, watch 6 hours of TV each and every night. So just exchange a half hour of that, an hour of that, and focus that on developing your business and financial skills. Now, let me share with you some other research. Now, there's a gentleman by the name of Brian Tracy. He's known as the #1 best-selling business guru when it comes down to selling his books. At least that's alive today. And he shows us, he did some research. There was some research that was done, and some of this research that he has revealed to us is when you look at a 40-year working career, the average person's income goes up at about 3% per year on average. Now, some years, obviously, it goes up. They might lose a job, business might get slow, might lose some, but on average, they're gonna increase their income about 3% per year. Some years they're doing better, some years they're doing worse, but about 3% per year. Now, if you do focus on this personal development that we're talking about here, educating themselves on business and financial material, what we see is the average as that person's income is going up at 10% to 30% per year. And that's what we call as the fast track. Now, the CEO of Zappos, Tony Hsieh, which he gave me a gift, and we're going to actually talk about Tony Hsieh in another video. And what he did is he says that if his people can't get better, how can we get better as a company? So what he does is he has a library of books that his employees can read. That way they can start to develop those skills as well. Now, one of my favorite actors is the actor Will Smith. He's just one of my favorite actors. He's really well known for Men in Black. He played Muhammad Ali in that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. Really great fine actor. Now, a number of years ago, I'm not really sure how long ago, but in a handful of years or so, he said this at the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Award. And he won an award, and he got up in front of the audience, and I'm going to speak it in Will Smith language if you kind of know his languaging, and he's like, there's been millions and gazillions of people who have lived before us, and there's no new problem that you can have that somebody has not written down the solution in a book. So let's talk about this recession that we went through a couple of years ago, this Great Recession of 2009. People were freaking out. What do I do? What do I do? Well, the solution was actually written down in a book by a gentleman by the name of W. Clement Stone. People, however bad that you think the Great Recession was, it is nothing when you compare it to what the Great Depression was. People jumping out of skyscrapers, eating out of trash cans. We had the Dust Bowl. It was 1,000 times worse than what the Great Recession was. But W. Clement Stone, what he did at age 27, he was making 122 sales per day of life insurance, earning $1 million a year during the Great Depression, which is the worst economic time that the U.S. history has ever faced. Now, during that time, like I said, people were jumping out of skyscrapers, eating out of trash cans, and they came to him and they said, "What are you doing not only to survive during this hard economic time, but what are you doing to prosper during this great economic hardship?" Fast forward 80 years, and we're in the 1929 Great Depression hit, and then 2009 the Great Recession hit, and a gentleman that I know by the name of Mark Yarnell used the same formula that W. Clement Stone used during the Great Depression, and they went to him and they said, "Hey, what are you doing not only to and his buddies who are very, very rich, very, very successful, but were losing, lots of money very, very quickly." And they said to him, "What are you doing not only to maintain your wealth, but also to prosper during this hard economic time?" And I want you to just pay attention to that, because we're going to reveal what some of those things are as we continue throughout this video. So the takeaway from this is we want to spend, if at all possible, even though that you are very busy, we want to spend some time each and every day educating ourselves on business and financial material, which is why these videos are so important. Spend 5-10 minutes with me. I've gone through these books. I'm still constantly, I'm spending an average about 3 or 4 hours every day educating myself on business and financial material, and I'm sharing it with you. A book is very big, and a lot of times they put what is called as filler space. And so what I do is I just narrow it down and talk about the main points, the points that only the important stuff that you need to be aware of. Now again, the whole purpose of this video series is we got $1.5 billion in research of what all the world's most successful businesses have in common, that we can help you to reach whatever your definition of financial success is. Now on the right hand side of this video, you're also going to see what we call as the unfair advantage marketing system. Now there is a marketing company to the fitness industry, and what they do is they charge about $14,000 per year for the same type of business and marketing tools that we provide you with. What we call as the unfair advantage marketing system are just tools to be able to help you to adapt to today's new economy. Now the new economy is not just technology, but the way that we communicate. So we're going to provide you with a lot of these tools. There's a lot of offline stuff that we're also going to be using in there. Just watch the video on that, because you're just going to even learn a lot of stuff that we might not even cover even in this video series here. So go ahead and check that out. And it's a beautiful day. Great to be alive. Really enjoyed being here with you today. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye now. Now, I want to help you by providing you with the tools to be able to adapt to today's new economy. Now, by using these tools, according to Yahoo, who says that you will increase your lead flow by 126%. Yahoo also says that consumers will view you as 81% more trustworthy, and the Direct Marketing Association says that you're going to earn an average of $187 over the lifetime value of not every customer that you have, but every lead that you have. And then finally, Salesforce says that for every dollar that you spent in order to acquire a lead, you're going to generate a return on investment of $44.25. Now, if you're watching this video on our blog, you can just click the link directly underneath this video. Or if you're watching this on our website, you can click on the banner on the side of this video. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just click the little click here link, or you could go ahead and visit prostarprofits.com. So go ahead and check that out. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day. I'm glad I could help you. Bye-bye now.